Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and in this video right here, I'll tell you exactly 11 things that you probably don't know about Puerto Rico. Now, if you're going to live in Puerto Rico or you're going to move over there, the idea is you want to watch this video first because, by the way, I'm moving over there now in June, but so far this year, I visited twice so far, and I used to live there at age 15 or 14 for like a whole year. But again, when you're a kid, like, it's just different being somewhere because, by the way, it's kind of like when you go like to Disney World as a kid, like you're like, oh my gosh, so fun. But when you go there as an adult and you're paying a bunch of money to see a man dressed in a mouse costume, you're like, do I really want to be here? You know what I mean? Like, it's just very expensive, okay? However, though, Puerto Rico is different, all right? And I'm gonna tell you, me as an adult now, as a 24-year-old man, when I go over there, what did I learn? What did I like? And also, what didn't I like, okay? And I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm not biased in any way. So I'll tell you 6 things I did not like, and only, for example, 5 things that I actually did like a lot, okay? However, I always recommend, if you want to go somewhere and live there, the idea is don't just take my word for it, but also just book a ticket, okay? Use Frontier. Don't bring any bags, just like a book bag, because that way you save money and so on. And the idea is you get there for like $150, you stay in an Airbnb, and you check it out for yourself. It's exactly how things actually are. But if you're gonna live somewhere, you gotta go out there and try it out for yourself, okay? That's the best thing ever. Now, if you guys are new here, I post videos every single day, so make sure to also subscribe and hit the bell to get notified. And on top of that, also destroying the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And also comment down below, let me know, are you gonna move there? Do you live there? Or do you want to visit there? Comment down below, let me know. Now, I got my iPad here, which I just got, by the way, and I got every single piece of note here because I want to go through every single thing that I like and I don't like about Puerto Rico. Okay, now, the first part is the first 6 things that I don't like about Puerto Rico. Now, the very first thing, guys, is this. Renting an apartment there is a nightmare, okay? Because, by the way, I was in New York. I found some agents for actually down there. So I went there like from Monday to Friday trying to find apartments. And guess what? I literally only looked at one apartment and almost got another apartment, but then it got booked out by somebody else, okay? It is so hard to get an apartment over there. Now, in the US, in the mainland, in the States, in New York, in America as a whole, okay? Usually we have Zillow. We have, for example, Craigslist, Facebook. We have apartments.com. There's always a web or rooming. There's a website like a big marketplace to just go ahead and find an apartment very quickly. But over there, they use a website called Clsificados, Puerto Rico. And the whole idea is that basically, when I hit up, for example, 30 people, I promise you, okay, only 1 to 2 people said, hey, Tommy, yeah, those apartments are actually still here if you want to go there, if you want to actually go there. However, the other 28, they weren't available anymore. They're already rented because basically they don't update the website often enough. So for example, if you're gonna go there, I want to show you exactly how everything actually looks like. So right here, guys, okay, in this side of the screen right here is exactly what the website actually looks like. Okay, so let's just go to Google, like brand new. So Google, and right here, you want to find, for example, Puerto Rico, Clsificados. Okay, you click it, boom, takes you right here. Click the first link. By the way, this page can also be translated into English if you only speak English, okay? So don't worry, it's not just Spanish stuff. And by the way, this right here is like their Craigslist in a way. It's like the Craigslist of Puerto Rico. You can find anything from basically from for sale, like actual real estate, like Zillow in a way, apartments, cars, pets, merchandise, jobs, and even, for example, handyman every now and then, okay? However, if I want to find an apartment, you go to for rent. The area I want to go to, by the way, Largo Plazo means, for example, long-term. The area I want to rent in is called Carolina. Why Carolina? Because basically in Carolina, you have multiple gyms, you have the Walmart, the Sam's Club, you have everything you need in that small area within, for example, a 5 to 10 minute drive, okay? And that is awesome. And the airport is like 10, 13 minutes away. So it's like a very perfect area to actually live in, okay? However, look at this, okay? When you click Carolina, it's going to show you, for example, where is Carolina, okay? Here it is, okay? And now, if you click, for example, your budget is like $1,200, and for example, what do you want? Apartments, apartment walk up, basically means you have stairs, so actually walk up. The idea is, by the way, one thing is basically, it's not like Zillow. We can say, hey, 2 bedrooms plus. It's more like you either see 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms, okay? There is no in between, which I don't like. So when you click to find places, all of these places right here, guys, this right here it's already rented. I already called in, okay? A lot of these places right here are already rented. And by the way, when you find an apartment for $1,200, you're paying a massive premium to live somewhere that's fancy. An average local is only gonna pay around $500 to $800 for a 3 to 2 bedroom apartment, even sometimes 4 to 6 bedrooms. For $1,200, you can rent 2 houses in Puerto Rico, okay? So my budget used to be $1,200, but now I've changed it to between $800 to $1,000. I'm not gonna spend that much money anymore. But the idea is that the one thing I don't like is basically, these are all different individuals, different companies, okay? So it's very hard to call in, find someone, because usually it's already been rented and it is a headache. So it's more like a cat and mouse experience where you have to keep hunting and hunting and hunting and send the website to be able to find someone. By the way, you also have over there, for example, like Remax, a big company. However, Remax even over there don't have that much inventory. So again, it is still hard. So you gotta be on point, all your documents in place and everything ready, so that way you can go see an apartment and rent it right then and there, okay? That's the whole idea. I did not like that whatsoever about Puerto Rico, how hard it is to actually go out there and rent an apartment. However, guys, okay, number 2 is potholes. Now, I've heard this a lot, okay? I saw videos on this. Tommy, the potholes in Puerto Rico are so bad to the point where when you're driving and you hit a pothole, your whole car starts to shake, the radio comes out, everything just goes bad. Okay? But again, this is why you want to visit, okay? I drove in Puerto Rico every single day. The potholes are not that bad. The highways are amazing. They're not that bad either. If you live in a very fancy neighborhood, you won't even have any potholes. You only see potholes, for example, in the neighborhoods, like where people actually live and so on, but they're not that bad. It's not like a massive hole. Well, depending on where you actually go, but in Carolina and San Juan, and also Rio Piedra, I did not see that many potholes. And also, for example, Old San Juan, Santu. I went around a lot of places, by the way. I did not see that many potholes. It's not as bad as it tell you it actually is, okay? So the big thing, by the way, if you do hit a pothole and your tire pops, they fix it for you for a fairly cheap price. And everywhere in every corner, there's basically someone that's fixing tires, okay? Because basically, there are potholes, okay? So keep that in mind. But they're not as bad as you think. On top of that, also, not just potholes, but driving over there. By the way, I've heard, Tommy, you don't want to drive over there. People don't know how to drive. By the way, I didn't have a single issue with people driving over there. They're not like aggressive drivers or like super passive drivers. They're just like normal drivers. I did not see that issue whatsoever. But potholes, there are potholes. I don't like it, but they're not that bad. Kind of like exaggerated. Now, number 3, guys, this one I don't like. By the way, hint, this right here is an iPad. Buying an iPad, or for example, an iPhone, or any electronics over there, or a camera, is going to be a terrible idea. Why, Tommy? Because basically, they have almost a 12% sales tax, okay? So around 10% for the state tax, sales tax, and then like 1% for like municipal, and then something else, okay? But the idea is, it's almost 12% whenever you buy anything over there. So if you buy an iPad for like $500, expect to pay 12% more than the retail value when it comes to sales. In New York, it's only like around 8.8%, which is like bad also, but 12% is just insane. So when you go to a restaurant or to a bar or you're trying to book something here and there, expect to pay an extra 12%. On top of that, also your 10 to 15% tip if you tip often, okay? But that's the idea. Sales tax are no joke. But again, you can save a ton of taxes while in Puerto Rico, and they use that tax to go out there, make sure there's no potholes, make sure the schools are fine. So I don't mind paying taxes, but I want to tell you about it. That way you know what to expect, okay? Number 3 is going to be the taxes, and they're not that cheap whatsoever. Number 4 is you need to have a car, okay? You can't avoid that. I lived so far in New York for the past like 5 years, like almost 6 years. I haven't had a car ever, only like a bicycle. That's it. But literally, I can go anywhere in New York with a car. However, in Puerto Rico, it's more like you either have a 5 to 10 minute drive, or for example, a 1 hour walk. That's how it is. To go to the gym for me, where I was staying at, it was either like a 10-minute a 10-minute car like ride, or for example, a 1 hour walk. That's how crazy it actually is over there. So you do need a car, but remember, okay, cars are more expensive because basically the whole exportation tax and all that stuff. So keep that in mind. They're more expensive, but again, you want to buy a used vehicle. Don't go too crazy with that. And again, you know, renting a car over there is also very expensive. Again, you want to buy just a used vehicle, okay? That's the idea, but you will need a car. And the only way to avoid buying a car is buying next to a plaza. A plaza means, for example, like a little mall that's everything you need from Sam's Club. The gym is right there and everything's right there. But again, it's still like a 10, 13-minute walk, and then you have to carry all that stuff back to your apartment. And basically, transportation, like the buses, there are no trains over there. So in reality, it's not that great. Public transportation is not that great. You will need a car. Just don't buy a crazy expensive car. And if you do live, for example, in a fancy area, you'll pay a massive premium. So why not just get a car and avoid that high payment to live like right next to everything, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, number 5, guys, okay? Things move very, very slow in Puerto Rico. Not like time. No. Okay. When I got to Puerto Rico, I rented a car. It literally took me 3 hours to get my car. Okay. Things just move slower. I don't know if it's like the company whatsoever, but again, things just move slower. Also, for example, like paperwork is slower with the government. It's gonna take me 6 months to get a reply about my application to go for the whole like Act 60 Act or whatever, okay? The whole Tax Saving Act. It's gonna take me around 6 months to hear a reply from the government, okay? It takes some time. Things just move slower over there. On top of that also, it's not just that, but when you're going to the airport, you're coming from like the States to Puerto Rico, it's very fast. When you're leaving Puerto Rico, it takes like an hour or 2 hours to actually check in. It's super, super, super long. Things just move slow over there. So the best thing I can say is basically, hey, it might be better to pay extra to rent a car or to just basically get whatever you want to get done. And basically, real estate agents don't get back to you that fast either. Everything is just a little slower. So sometimes paying extra money to save you time is going to be a perfect situation. So that's what I would do. Pay some extra stuff here and there, but you get to save a lot of money when it comes to the time that you have to spend getting things, okay? I went to that place twice, the car rental place, and I will never go there again. I won't say the company because I don't want to get sued, but the company starts with, it has like 2 L's in it. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? 2 L's in it is like owl, I can't say the name, okay? But the answer is it takes super, super long to get a car rental. 3 hours to get it, 1 hour to return it. It was insanity. Now, number 6, guys, is going to be the internet over there. If you're a creator like I am, for example, you want to go there to work, upload videos, all that stuff, your business is online basically, the internet over there is very slow, okay? Very slow. Over there, all the local says, for example, Tommy, the best internet is going to be Liberty. The Claro competitor, the second biggest over there, Claro, they have like a 1 gig speed, but in reality, it's super expensive, but in reality, it's not available everywhere. So it's kind of like, we have this, but it's not available. So it's like marketing. We might have it in the future, but they don't have it right now, okay? And by the way, in America right now, in New York, I pay $80 for 1 gig download and also 1 gig upload, okay? That's massive. However, over there, guess what happens, okay? Liberty, one of the best internets over there, here are the plans. Is $58 for 90 megabytes. For $80, what I pay right now is 250 megabytes and also only 25 megabytes upload. This right here is terrible because when you're uploading a video, it needs to be faster. Download is great, whatever, but it's expensive compared to the US. You know, the big thing is basically, hey, the country, well, the island is still growing. They still put in infrastructure, all that stuff. So eventually it'll get cheaper, but expect to pay some more money when it comes to, hey, internet over there is going to be more expensive. By the way, it's not just that, but also, for example, electricity over there is very expensive. Very expensive, okay? So expect to pay around like $150 to $200 when it comes to electricity. And I know that because basically when I stayed over there with my aunt the second time, in reality, her bill for electricity was very high, although she did not spend that much, that electricity that much, okay? So expect to pay extra money for all these little things here and there. Now, guys, those are the 7 things I don't like about Puerto Rico that much whatsoever. Or the 6 things, actually, right? Yeah, 6 things. Here are the 5 things that I actually do like a lot about Puerto Rico, okay? The first thing is basically, you don't need to know Spanish to live there, okay? I never went anywhere where someone did not know some form of English whatsoever. So you don't need to know Spanish, although I know Spanish, okay? But my fiance doesn't, and she knows very quickly, hey, you don't need Spanish. You don't need Spanish at all. Like, you can do it with English, but again, you do want to learn the languages. Basically, that's usually where 80% of people actually speak over there, okay? So you want to learn Spanish, but you don't really need to know Spanish because basically everywhere you go, someone speaks English, okay? So that is awesome. However, that also means, for example, they even offer, for example, like college classes in English. So if you want to go to college over there, cheaper, by the way, you can also do that, and you don't need to know Spanish, okay? And that's amazing. Also, the people over there, 99.99% of people that actually saw over there were amazing, okay? There are great people. I heard, for example, oh no, Tommy, when you go over there, people don't like it because you came from America, all this stuff, and blah, blah, blah. I did not see that whatsoever. People are nice over there. I think you attract what you are in a way. And everyone over there was fairly nice, very talkative, also fairly helpful. Old people are very nice. Also, everyone's nice. Customer service is great. Also, everything is nice as far as people. I did not meet any bad people whatsoever while I was there. Although at some point, you'll run into a butt face. You know, that's just normal stuff. But it's not like, oh my God, people don't want you there. The answer is no. People over there are great. That's why I say visit, visit, visit. People over there are amazing. And great stories I have to tell, okay? On top of that, also, guys, you have a lot of restaurants, a lot of bars, a lot of activities, a lot of things to actually do in that island, okay? I'm not big on doing a lot of things, honestly, but I like the option. I'm saying, hey, I want to go to the rainforest. I want to go to this restaurant. I want to go to this like fun place. I want to go to the gym, or I want to go to the cinema, whatever it is, right? They have all of those options for you over there. So it's not like, hey, super third world country where they don't really have gyms or anything like that. No, the answer is no. Everything that you need to survive is over there, including all the having fun activity stuff, okay? They have a bunch of things over there. By the way, the food over there is great. The only thing I didn't like is basically the place I went to, which was the #1 place for tacos, did not make tacos the right way. They used like shredded like chicken. I didn't really like that much at all, but the food over there is usually 80% of the time pretty good, okay? But some restaurants are not that great, but that's just normal, okay? But yeah, most of the time, food over there is going to be great. A lot of things to actually do over there. On top of that, also, guys, number 10 is the weather over there is amazing. But again, guess what? It's an island, so it does rain over there also. So don't think like, oh, it's always perfect and sunny here. No, it does rain over there, usually like a lot, but that's fine because it's usually gonna be sunny, okay? And the weather is fine. It's 10 times better than New York. I can tell you that, can guarantee you that. And lastly, guys, the last thing I love about Puerto Rico is basically the cost of living over there. No matter how you slice it, is going to be cheaper than living, for example, in a New York, in a Florida, or especially in a California. It's just cheaper. Getting a 3-bedroom for like $600, $800 is very cheap. When you get a car, it's expensive, but the gas not really that expensive. When you go for food shopping, although taxes are crazy, guess what? The food is still cheaper. Restaurants are cheaper. Food overall over there is just cheaper. Everything over there is cheaper, but that does not mean the quality is not great. Okay, quality is great relative to price, okay? So I like that a lot. So overall, those are the things that I like and also the things that I don't like. So I highly recommend, guys, okay? The answer is you want to go over there and visit. You know, June 1st to, I think around June 10th, June 1st to June 10th, I'm going to be moving over there to Puerto Rico officially and staying over there. And trying to find an apartment while I'm actually there, okay? Because I'm not gonna be able to do it from like over here in America. It's very hard, okay? But overall, I'm not gonna pay more than $1,200 for an apartment. Most likely not even more than $1,000, okay? Because it's too much money, okay? So overall, guys, that is it for this video. Comment down below, let me know. Have you ever been to Puerto Rico? It'll be your first time over there. Do you want to live over there? What's the plan here? Why the heck are you watching this video? Okay, comment down below, let me know. By the way, almost what you mentioned, guys, okay? If you're gonna move to Puerto Rico, the answer is usually you just want to sell your stuff from the US and just buy things over there, because shipping your stuff from America to Puerto Rico is going to be very expensive. For me personally, I'm taking all my electronics, but everything else I'm selling and buying over there, for example, in IKEA, or just, for example, through the website that you have to actually find used things, okay? But again, shipping things over there is going to be very expensive. Sometimes just sell and basically rebuy over there. It's gonna be cheaper to do that than actually shipping your stuff over there, okay? Keep that in mind. See you tomorrow. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified, and top by also destroying the like button. And on top of that, if you want to call me and talk to me for 30 minutes, the answer is join me on my third channel called the Ask TommyBryson channel. Link down below. I have a second channel also called TommyBryson Show, where I post it every single day. Also link down below. On top of that, also if you want to DM me, well, DM me right here at TommyBryson on Instagram. And on top of that, also guys, another video right here. Click my face right here. See you guys tomorrow, and as always, peace.